Jackie Lee Price for Shadowboxruk UK. I'm here at the Magnificent 7 press conference in London, here with Lewis Oakford. How you doing?
Yeah, very good, very good. You?
I'm not bad, I'm not bad. December 7th, fighting for the WBA Continental and Commonwealth title against Aloys Jr. Wow. You know what? It's interesting, when I saw that fight, I was like, this is a good fight. This is a good fan favourite fight.
Definitely, definitely fan favourite. I feel like the styles together will make for a very, very entertaining fight. And yeah, I'm very confident as well. Of course, you know, everything's going according to plan, training-wise. Obviously, we got this news not too long ago as well. I was on holiday, and it was like 2 days before I was leaving to come home, and I got a message from a manager saying that this fight's presented itself, and I didn't think twice. I just jumped straight at it. Had a chat with my coach. He was like, "Listen, we're going to form a plan. We haven't got that long, but coming off my last fight, 10-rounder, 5th of October, weren't too long ago, and I've stayed fit anyway, and I felt like this is just perfect. You know, it landed at such a great time." And here we are, you know what I mean? Can't wait. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. You know, these things here bring it to life a little bit more. When obviously you got to come to the press conferences and the interviews, it's what it reminds me that I'm in this fight. Do you know what I mean? So again, it gives me that more excitement. So yeah, bring it on, bring it on.
Do you know what's nice to hear? That you are one of these fighters that is always ready, because let's be fair, that turnaround from October to now is pretty quick. But what I think is brilliant about this whole, and it feeds into it, I think, this whole Riyadh season, Queensberry in a situation where they kind of have to fill these spots, which then means it gives many more people opportunities to get on their cards. Do you know what I mean? And give you a platform. Would you agree with that?
100%, 100%. Boxing right now with Riyadh season involved, yeah, definitely brings massive opportunity for people to really break out and make statements and show what they can do, especially coming from the small hall like I did. You know what I mean? Opportunities can sometimes be a little bit scarce, and when you get these opportunities, you just got to jump for them. And staying ready so you haven't got to get ready is the best thing to do, coming from a small hall sort of angle, because you never know when that call's going to come. Do you know what I mean? You know, these fighters that have been on the TV fights, that sign the big deals, they kind of got everything paved for them in a way. Do you know what I mean? Not to say that they're not backing up what they do and what they say, and they're going out there and performing, and it's great, but they kind of already know that their career's kind of being steered and navigated in a certain way. For a small hall fighter, you're really just showing up. You know, sometimes, you know, at the beginning you're not really even getting paid, you know, so you're doing it for something else. It's bigger than just money. You're doing it for the hunger, for the love of the sport. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. You know, it's my 7th, this will be my 8th fight. Obviously, I've been on the big stage once before. It didn't really turn out, you know, very well because for the clash of heads. So this is another chance for me to now right that wrong and make my statement and just prove that I do belong here. Do you know what I mean? And again, like with the Saudis being involved, making these statements is probably the best time you can possibly make a statement in boxing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, really am. Yeah.
So, you know, you've alluded to the fact that you've had, you know, seven fights. It's a relatively short career. You had a great win the last time that you came out. Kind of had to right a wrong that happened prior to that. However, you did fight a really decent fighter in John Hedges. Is that something that's going to hold you in good stead going into this fight?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, Hedges was a good fighter, but you know, so was, you know, Deevorn Miller. He posed a lot of problems himself. Quite a dangerous fighter himself. That was the second time I'd fought him as well, so he had a lot to prove. And so, yeah, it was really just my chance to prove that you know, I am the better fighter. So it was kind of like the ball was in my court to prove what I'm capable of, basically, in the title fight. So I feel like I've done that in my last fight, which I mean I'm happy about, and really that was kind of just that built me up to now push on and really go back on a big stage, which has just landed itself perfectly for me. Like I said, using that momentum from that win and now coming onto a stage like this, it's, you know, all it's done is give me that confidence and reassurance to go out there and just do a job and do what I know I can do, and that is win, and win in good fashion as well, not just win. And make a statement. Again, the eyes are on me on this fight, and again, it's just a great platform to get these types of wins, and that's what I'm going to do.
I feel like you've just talked about it. You know, the eyes are going to be on you in this next fight. Aloys is probably, obviously, because he's a home fighter, he's going to be the favourite fighter. Does that take a little bit of pressure off you? You can kind of slide up, you know, quietly.
You can definitely. I mean, look, at the end of the day, as a fighter, that you're going to put pressure on yourself anyways, because if you feel as though you belong somewhere and you feel as though you're good enough, you're going to put that pressure on yourself. Whether you're fighting against the highly touted, whoever it might be, you're going to put that pressure on yourself anyways, and that's what I'm doing now. So although the eyes may be on him in the sense that they expect him to do the job, they expect him to win and continue his career, the pressure is on me still to prove everyone wrong. So, you know, pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes what? Diamonds?
Pressure makes diamonds, that's it.
I like that. Pressure makes diamonds. And tell you what you have got. You've got a height advantage in abundance, in absolute abundance. And that is one of the things I think that is going to work in your favour, keeping them on the end of those long levers.
Yeah, definitely. I looked at the picture, actually. My coach took a picture and I looked at it and I realised, wow, I'm much taller than this guy. I didn't realise that I was that much taller than him. But, yes, I knew my advantage would have been reach. I know that I've got a solid jab and it's only going to be even more solid on the night. I'm only going to be even more prolific on the night, and I'm going to be even better than I was before. So, yeah, I just can't wait to show that and keep him on the end of that long piston-like jab. And yeah, it's just he's not going to have a good time with it, I'll tell you that.
So I don't mean to be rude here. I don't actually know that much about you. Can you just give me a kind of brief background from when you started boxing to kind of now?
Yeah, so I started boxing. I was a bit on and off when I first started, but I started boxing as an amateur, and my first fight was probably about 19 years old. And you know, I ended up sort of having a few fights, and then kind of drifted in, drifted out. And it was probably the last few years, I would say probably about 4 years, 5 years, that I took it much more serious. I won a national title as an amateur, and then I just was looking to just turn over as a pro. And obviously, when I did win that national title, it was towards the end of 2019, and the pandemic started early 2020. So, you know, it was a bit of a hold-up, 2-year delay. But still, I kept the faith, and when obviously things started easing up, I still had it in my mind and the idea and the goal to turn pro, and so I did. And so it's 2022, I turned pro, and here we are. You know, a few years down the line, well, nearly 3 years now, and I'm just looking to keep adding to the accomplishments, and hopefully, you know, win this strap on the 7th of December and push on, break the doors down.
I hear you. I think you've got a slight advantage that everyone had a break, so they're kind of playing catch-up, and you're kind of like, you know, you're coming into the game at a really, really great time for boxing, I think, especially where the money's concerned. I'm just going to bring in your coach. Get in there all snug. So have you guys been together since you was an amateur?
I used to train with Lewis as an amateur, and then I left the club. He stayed at the club. Then he went pro, and he went with a different team. And then, yeah, we kind of reconnected, what's about 3 months ago?
Yeah,
4 months ago, we reconnected. Yeah, we've always had a good bond. You know, we've always kept in contact. So, yeah.
So obviously I've known you from the amateur scene, Evolve Gym. I always thought you were another gym, which I won't name the name. You're at Evolve. How much of an advantage is that to work with an old trainer, you know, in terms of how much you may or may not know about you?
Yeah, I think it's just very natural, and you know, at the time where I felt like my career needed a change, it just worked. So yeah, it was, like I said, the chemistry that we've always had. Like, I've known Andy for years and years. You know, it's like I said,
16 years.
And again, like you said, we've always kept in contact, whether it be socials, whether it be just a phone call now and again. We've always spoke, and I've always gone up to the gym for sparring with a fellow fighter in our stable called Jamie Smith. We've always had rounds. We've always kind of kept that community in a way. And it's just, so when I felt like I needed a change in my career, it just felt very natural for us to start working, and we hit it off. And here we are, pushing on for bigger things. And I felt like it was just exactly what I needed in my career. And I think you know what it is. It's just timing. Everything is timing. Do you know what I mean? And it's God's timing.
And what I think is brilliant is Lewis was saying that he always keeps in shape, waiting for that phone call. The phone calls come. How amazing is that for you? Seeing this kid, you're younger than me. That's how I call everyone a kid. Seeing this kid from the amateurs coming through, and now being able to take the big stage against quite a name on the domestic scene.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough call. It's going to be a good test. It's the next step on the ladder. He stays fit. I'm always preaching to them. It's a career. So if you've got a full-time job, you're not just going to take time out of it. You're going to go to work every day. You're going to work really hard. And that's what Lewis has done. He's given up work. He's in the gym 5 hours every day, 6 days a week, without fail. Every now and then he has his little, I'm going to take tomorrow off, coach. No, you're not. You're going to come in, you're going to work hard. And that's what we're doing. And that's why the Miller fight, it panned out for us because of the work we put in. I study the fighters. I spend at least 3-4 days studying a fighter before I even put the camp together. Then I put the camp together around that fighter, and then we get on and we do it. So I'm really proud of him. He works really hard, and he's a true professional. What every coach wants in their camp, a true professional, and that's what he is.
Dare we? In fact, can I have a look at the t-shirts? Let's have a look at the old. Yeah, let's have a look at the old T-shirt. Turn round. You gotta get a little bit closer. You gotta get in close. No, that way. This way. So it basically says. Let me see if I can thing out. Basically says Lewis Mighty Oakford, cracking skulls, collecting souls. I like that. Who made those?
I did. Yeah.
Coach that there can be, he's at the socials, the tops. Yeah, man, he's a man of many talents.
The tops cost a lot of money, so instead of them forking out, but boxing there isn't a lot of money. Lewis is getting paid for this fight, but there isn't a lot of money. So every time we had tops done, it used to cost us a lot of money. So I went and bought the equipment and taught myself how to do it. I had some help along the way, but now I do everything on my own. And these were put together between last night and this morning.
Are they for sale? So when you come out on December the 7th, Team Lewis, will they all have these T-shirts on?
It'll be better than this. There's something I'm putting together at the moment. We're designing something really nice. Yeah.
Nice, I like it. Listen, I can see other people waiting to interview you. Listen, it's been great to meet you. I'm looking forward to seeing your career develop. I think it's going to be an absolutely cracking fight on that night. I think it's going to be a really brilliant fight. Please, I beg you, use those long levers.
Oh, most definitely. All night, down the pipe.
Thanks.
Thanks for interviewing us. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for giving us your time.